time for the Are We Live song. Just letting Facebook catch up. This is when all of my animals who are asleep wake up and cause chaos, just as I figure out if we're live or not. And it does look as though we are live. Yay! It's always a bit of a leap of faith whenever I'm coming live through Zoom, and I will always sing the Are We Live song. So hi everyone who's joining me. If you're catching the replay, let me know, say hi. I know I've moved the time so it's possibly less convenient to those of you who are joining me on your lunch break, but I'm hoping by tweaking the time slightly I'll show up with a bit more energy than on a Friday afternoon when apparently I have not a single brain cell left to spare. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Shona, I'm a mindset coach. That's my computer telling me I need to be live just now. That's good. Thank you, Outlook. So I'm Shona, I'm a fitness and mindset coach, and I help people transform how they feel about exercise. And I will never ask you to step foot in a gym unless you really want to. So if you're catching me live, say hello, let me know you're here. I love knowing I'm not just talking to myself or my animals, which is 90% of what I do right now. Yeah, because let's face it, lockdown life, motivation has not exactly been forthcoming for many of us. So if you've been struggling with motivation, again, let me know, because this is a big thing and it hits all of us. Even in peace times, I know a lot of us struggled kind of on and off with motivation, slips, blips, falls, all sorts. And it's annoying, it's frustrating, but it's also completely manageable. So if you've been struggling with motivation, don't worry, I got your back. This is why we're here today. If you'd like the summary, if you'd like a reminder of these, you can also get a summary straight to your inbox by clicking the link in the description. So that's just where I'm going to send you a message on Thursday at 4 p.m. with everything summarized. So you can keep this forever without having to listen to me sing the Are We Live song. So get that summary. Boosting motivation. 3 ways to do it. And at no point today am I going to tell you to run out and get the latest exercise program or anything like that. This is way simpler than that. The first thing we can do to boost our motivation is reframe our expectations. We've all heard paralysis by analysis. We all know that perfectionism can hold us back, and having high expectations can actually just make it feel like whatever it is we're trying to do, it's completely insurmountable, it's not possible, and there is nothing more disheartening than feeling like we can't do it before we even start. So by reframing our expectations and having a look at the realities of our day-to-day life, of our moods, of our energy, we can actually have expectations that are appropriate to us as we are at the moment. This is a big one that comes up with my clients who are very kind of type A, like very detail-focused professionals is who I see this most in. Is where they think if they're not doing everything, they may as well be doing nothing. And when it comes to exercise, your body doesn't know the difference between everything and nothing. It's just happy when you're doing some moving. So by readjusting our expectations and saying, okay, you know what, I'm not going to run 5K every day. I'm going to go for a walk around the block. Immediately we can feel lighter and we're like, actually, yeah, I can do that. I can do this. This feels manageable. This is okay. And if you've signed up to a program, so I know quite a few of you are doing the kind of 31 days Dan and then his next programs with polars amongst you, those are big, intense programs. So if you're doing them and you're struggling, cut down to 1 a week. Build up that win streak, do lighter exercise, do things that feel good for your body, and just change the expectation. Instead of showing up for 3 or 4 really intense workouts, maybe show up 3 times for a nice yoga flow. And once you've built that into a routine, we can start working on how we tweak it. But the first thing is first, get out of your own way, make it easy, change your expectations, and understand by changing your expectations, it's not detracting from what you can and can't do. It's not saying I'm not capable of doing XYZ crazy thing. It's more a thing about saying, okay, so life is a bit weird just now. I'm homeschooling. I'm spending a lot of time by myself. I don't have the same energy as I usually do. So I'm going to have a different plan. And I'd love to know, if you're watching me live, I know there's a few of you here, I'd love to know, do you find you do this? Do you make these big plans and find you don't really get through them because your expectations are so high that if you don't add up to them, you're like, oh, this is just crap. So let me know if you ever get that analysis by paralysis, paralysis by analysis, but down to having super high expectations that just feel insurmountable. If this is an issue you face, I mean, I certainly do it. it's taken me a lot of practice to stop doing it some of the time. I'm not saying I'm always perfect. It does crop up. It's constant work in progress, but that reframe can make a huge difference to our ability to start. Then once we've started, it's time for the second way that we can boost our motivation. And that is to build a win streak. And this is something that I think is really important, particularly if we're new to fitness, if we are, coming back after some time off. This is a really important part of the equation. Our first fitness goal, I will very rarely say your first fitness goal should be about fitness. Your first fitness goal should be about mindset. And the easiest way to boost your fitness mindset is to build a win streak. And when I say this is a win streak, I mean we set a goal that we know you can do, that you're just going to be like, yes, I can do this. This is great. And we just keep going with that. And it's a different sort of perspective. When we talk about a goal that's set to make us feel good, it might feel a little bit light around. It might feel a bit light and fluffy. It might feel a little bit, if you're someone who's very traditional, like no pain, no gain, go back to step number 1 and have a look at your expectations. Do you need to go no pain, no gain? Or can we do something nicer? And can we use those nice things to build that win streak? And as you build that win streak, and this doesn't need to be massive, this can be turning up in your pajamas, turning up for the flows that we did in the Movement Mindset Make Time Challenge. I can send you those if you don't have them. It's 5 2-minute flows. Super nice, super nice. So if you want to do those, let me know. I can send them your way. And you can build a win streak by doing them Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Take the weekend off, do something else, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And that win streak will boost your confidence that you can show up. You are the kind of person who does this. And that is going to help boost your motivation a hell of a lot. Seeing progress is the surest way to cultivate motivation. And the surest way to see that success is to make life easy for ourselves, to build up a win streak. So I've got a couple of comments coming in. So Vanessa says, need to get back to it, doing weights for 10 minutes a day. It's easy to fit into the day. Absolutely. Yeah, it doesn't need Pippa singing the songs of her people. I'm guessing someone is walking along the path outside the house, and how very dare they. She's vicious, isn't she? I fear for my life. 6.5 kilograms of solid fury. But yeah, so building in 10 minutes a day is great. I don't know if any of you do this. You have one class a week that's 60 minutes. That 60-minute class actually gives you less exercise than doing 10 minutes every day. You do 70 minutes if you do 10 minutes every day. You do 60 if you do one big session once a week. So I would always say split it out little and often, wins the race every time. And that's also an easier win streak to see building. If you're doing 10 minutes a day, every single day, you get to be like, yes, I did it. Yes, I did it. Yes, I did it. And that's exciting. And Ali has said, yeah, I do that. It also matters whether I genuinely want to do the thing or not. I thought I'd run every week in January, but I ran once. Turns out I don't like running in the winter that much. And I was knackered from other exercise. 100%. I will be the first person to say I have not gone for a single run since the first lockdown started in January. January? Flipping hell, how long have we been in this? I've forgotten. March. March last year. I have not gone for a single run, and at no point have I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to go for a run, because I know I don't enjoy it. I go for long walks. I get my cardio in other ways. I love a HIIT session, for example, but I don't like running. Especially in winter. I couldn't imagine anything worse. And I think if I tried to do that, I would do the same as you, Ellie. I would set myself up to be like, oh God, I just can't do it. When actually, if we work with what we genuinely want, we can stay on that bandwagon way easier. And this is another thing. If you are like me, so I am not going to pretend that I don't have a couple of online subscriptions. I have one I ignore and one I love. I need to cancel the one I ignore. This is totally practicing what I preach stuff. I have one that I ignore that I thought was going to be amazing, but actually I just find it a bit dull. And the other one is learning how to dance. And I love it. It's like popping, it's break dance, it's all that sort of stuff. I used to do popping at uni, and I can turn that on and I'm like, this is so exciting. This is so much fun. So I have so many videos of me walking around the house pretending I'm a robot and things. But that for me feels fun and achievable. And even if it's not, a big hit session or a big stretch or a big weight session. Doesn't matter. I'm showing up and moving and I'm having fun with it. So make sure it's something you actually do want to do. And if that changes day to day, I mean, I love variety. I am all about mixing things up. It's not going to get me to any specific goal particularly quickly because I'm not being strategic in how I'm periodizing things. But if it keeps me moving at the moment, that's enough. And this is where my expectations for what I expect from myself are far lighter than they would be if I was competing, for example. At the moment, I'm very much like, yeah, just show up. That's my goal for every session, is just show up. Yeah, so yeah, Vanessa, Ali, with you on both of those completely. If you're catching the replay and this is bringing anything up, pop it in the comments. Let me know. I'm still here. I basically live in this group, so I will find your comments. I will read them as long as Facebook tells me they're there. Notifications seem to be working. Yay! And the final thing we can do to boost motivation, and it's something that I've built into the Orchard, my monthly membership, and it's something I built into my own training, and it's something that I bang on about all the time, and it's super simple. And I say it a lot, and you're going to be so bored of me hearing it. Bring a friend. Do this with a friend. Have an accountability buddy. Have someone you train with. Have someone who has a similar goal to you or a similar schedule, and you just show up and you do things together. It makes such a difference, even if it's on Zoom. And I know that Zoom isn't everyone's favorite thing, but actually I do hit sessions with one of my old uni friends on Zoom. I train pole with a couple of people. When my pole was in my house. My pole is on my bubble, so now I bought my bubble to do pole. But still, I got my bubble doing pole. I'm teaching my bubble to pole dance so that I can do it too. This is where bringing a friend makes such a difference. Going for a walk with other people, and that kind of shared objective, that kind of shared, like, yeah, we're doing this together, makes it much easier on the crap days because you know that the other person's going to be there to help pick you up and vice versa. And sometimes it can be a case of passing the motivation stick back and forwards. Like one day one of you is hyped and the other one is like, this sounds awful. But that's okay. It's okay to share share those resources and share that like ability to be the one that rallies and gets everything going. This is built into the Orchard as well in the open training, where we have 4 sessions a week where Zoom is just open and we come in and do our own thing. And it's my favorite thing of the week. Like the next one is today at 6 and I can't wait. I know what I'm going to do. I'm like, yeah, this is going to be lovely. I'm usually tired by then. If I was doing it by myself, I would not show up. Like unequivocally, I would not be there. But because there's other people there, I'm not going to say I put my leggings on. I keep my leggings on. I don't change into my pajamas. And I show up and I do whatever it is I'm going to do with that hour. And this makes a huge difference to my ability to show up and show up regularly. So yeah, I'd love to know, do you train with a friend? I know there's a few of you. I can think of a couple of pairs of people in this room. So clients of mine who come together, people who train, who do like kind of yoga with each other. Do you train with a friend? Do you think that would help? I know some of you love training alone and it's like total escape from the world. That's okay too. Work with yourself. These are kind of things that I notice are barriers for a lot of us. But again, take this as needed. You can adjust this as well. You could have someone who just text after to be like, yeah, I did it. Which that is part of what I do in the Orchard as well, because it's so important to have that company, that camaraderie, especially just now when so many of us are spending so much time by ourselves. So let me know what you think. Ali says one of the things she's missing is a training buddy. Oh, Ali, we can find your training buddy. Who wants to be Ali's training buddy? Message Ali, drop her a comment, let her know. Come and play with Ali. So I'm just going to say Ali is awesome. She's a polar. She'll probably be up for whatever. So, you know, if you're not sure what you want to do, just get in touch with Ali. I'm sure she'll be open-minded enough that most of you would fit. Bridget, 100% would not be dedicated enough to stick to my yoga each day if it wasn't for Annie. Yeah, Bridget and Annie are like training buddy goals. These two are awesome. They've been doing yoga with Adrienne, which is awesome as well, free YouTube channel. Highly recommend checking it out. And if you're struggling with motivation, there's some really short ones there too. But yeah, training buddies make such a difference. There's a reason I say it all the time, because it's important. Now Pip is barking at ferrets, probably stolen something. That's her I'm angry at ferret bark. It's really bad. I know that. Probably need to leave the house and talk to humans. But yeah, just to do a quick recap for anyone who's kind of catching the end. 3, I thought I was holding up too many fingers there, I can't do math. 3 ways to boost your motivation. The first one, I didn't know I wanted a flip-flop in the snow. Thank you, Pippa. You coming up? You're going to come up for the summary? Come on. Pippa's just like, nope, I want the flip-flop. Is this all you want in life? Is this everything? Is this everything in the universe? So, things that you can do to motivate you. Find your flip-flop. Find something you want to chase and have. Pippa, I'm not moving you back. I'm sorry, sweetheart. So reframing your expectations is the first thing we can do. So instead of thinking you're going to go out and run that marathon, instead of thinking you're going to run every day, 5K every day, instead of thinking you're going to do weights every single day, or I'm going to do 3 hours of yoga, maybe accept that at the moment we're turning up for 10 minutes a day, and that is okay. And I really want you to lean into the fact that that is okay. You're not taking away from your ability, you're not taking away from your dedication, you're not taking away from your skill. You're working with the current situations in your life, and you're making sure you're setting yourself up for success, which brings us into tip number 2, which is to build a win streak. The purpose of your fitness goals for right now don't have to be, I'm going to compete. They don't have to be, I'm going to get a new PB. They have to be, I'm going to boost my confidence and I'm going to feel good. And that is where we build a win streak. That is where Pippa's trying to eat my tablet now. Tablets aren't for puppies. And this is where building a win streak is going to help cultivate that motivation. And our objective is to do something that we can win at. We are setting ourselves up for success. And that does not mean it's a lesser goal. It's a different focus. We're focusing on our mindset and building up that positive association with exercise so that we want to keep showing up. And then we can optimize later when things are less stressy or we're feeling more energetic. And the final thing is to bring a friend. I mean, this little gal is awesome. I run around in the garden with her. We go for walks. Can't wait until she's a little bit bigger and we can go for longer walks. But even just taking the dog for a walk is a big one. Or Zooming a friend. So reframe your expectations, build a win streak, and bring a friend. 3 really simple ways to build up your motivation, boost your motivation, reach your goals, feel awesome, do awesome, be awesome. And I mean, Pippa's now decided that she can be super cute. Someone else's dog, like Pippa's obviously not been to the groomer in a little while, because she loves being brushed. So it felt like a bit cheeky to say she had to go in. We're getting to the point where we need to go in because we're basically 95% hair, but she's a mop. She's horrible when we go outside. When she ends up wet, she's an absolute swamp creature. That's not so motivational when it comes to going out when the weather's gross, but fortunately she loves bath time too, so you know, she's a good training buddy. But yeah, that's how 3 ways to boost your motivation. If you would like this summary in your inbox, bonus fit flop if you're close by. Fit flop, flip flop, god, fit flops are something completely different. Pop your details in the link that's in the description. So that is just, you'll pop onto our mailing list, you'll hear from me at 4 p.m. on Thursdays, and I'll just send you the summary of each week's Fitness and Mindset Made Simple live. And yeah, that's everything. So I'm Shona, I'm a fitness and mindset coach, and I want to help you feel better at exercise without setting foot in the gym. And I usually have my lives sabotaged by ferrets, puppies, or both. So if you've enjoyed that, let me know. If you have any questions, pop in the comments. Otherwise, I will see you next time. I've not actually released the topic yet, no spoilers, but I'm pretty sure it's a good one. I wrote it down earlier and I felt excited about it. So I will see you all later. Have a great day. And as always, message me if you have any questions. Catch you in a bit. Bye.